All right. All right, we are ready to go. We are live. And welcome, people. Happy MLK Day to everybody. To anyone listening on the YouTube channel, as well as in the Discord chat room. This is different because we usually record on a Sunday. But we decided to do things a little different. I was busy yesterday, but instead of canceling, I just decided to move it to today. And what a day to do it. After a big Spurs win, we're back to Metal Drive Hoops. This is episode 7. I am Drew, and joining me on these shows, as always, is...
Tony.
And returning is...
Mike.
Mike, there you go. So welcome back, gentlemen. So yeah, how'd you celebrate MLK Day, guys?
I was working.
Yeah, me too.
Well, I was doing some exercise. Other than that, just hanging out. So,
as you usually do, you always keep in shape.
Yeah.
Because he's a baller.
Yeah. So, do you want to go ahead and start it off? Anybody got some topics? I got a few topics.
Well, I guess we can. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, please. No, please go ahead.
I just have one comment, and I just want to say that I'm really happy that Carter Bryant is finally getting minutes, because his 14 minutes that he played tonight were very impactful, in my opinion. Y'all agree?
Go ahead, Tony.
I do. He's finished off with 12 points and 3 rebounds, and he actually dunked the ball.
Yeah.
So, from where I counted, I believe he had 2 dunks, and he had some great defense, on-bar defender, all the above, and it looks like he's sliding in for Dyer Rodman's minutes.
Yeah, thank God. No, I'm happy because I like Carter Bryant. I think he's someone that shows a lot of promise. The guy's athletic as fuck. He is relentless on defense. Yeah, I think he is taking. I almost called him Rodman. He is taking Sohan's minutes and role as the defender. I mean, if he keeps up this play, I mean, he could possibly even be a starter. You never know. But I was happy to see him play well today. He had 2 big dunks, and the previous games he's been missing dunks, which is weird. But then today he had 2 dunks, and I think like, I don't know if this is like a real meme, but like apparently after Keldon and Vic shaved their head, they told Carter, if you keep missing dunks, they're gonna shave your head too. And so he wised up, and he had a pretty good game tonight. He had 11, which is his jersey number and also his career high. But yeah, I guess we can kind of segue into the most freshest, the fresh topic. The Spurs played today on MLK Day. They played at 4 p.m. Central Time against the Utah Jazz at home. The last game they played against Utah beat them. This game, the Spurs got their revenge back. They beat Utah pretty decisively by 13, 123 to 110. Vic had a back-to-back 30-point game. He had 33 points, 10 rebounds, and I believe 2 blocks. Yeah, 2 blocks. 7 blocks. Yeah, 7 threes, which is nuts. Stephen Castle at 18 and 5. De'Aaron Fox at 14 and 6. Champagny at 13. Barnes at 10. And off the bench, you had Carter with 11. Dylan Harper with 15. Johnson kind of had an off night. He only had 2. and Luke Cornett had 7. So pretty big night. A good win for the Spurs. The Spurs so far have won 3 in a row. So it looks like they're getting that momentum back that they were kind of stagnating a little bit since the Christmas holiday, beating the Thunder. But yeah, it looks like the Spurs are kind of getting back to basics, or I guess back to normal, so to speak. But what were your guys' thoughts about today's game?
Well, we're sitting pretty right now at 29-13. That is a marvelous record. I believe we're second in the West right now. Momentum swinging. We beat the Celtics. We did lose to the Thunder again. We didn't get to cover that, but I mean, it was bound to happen after winning 3 in a row. So I believe we play them again in February. I think it's like February 4th or 5th. We end up playing them again. So that's something to look forward to. But the next game we have a back-to-back tomorrow, which is the Houston Rockets. And that's going to be a tough one. And then on Thursday, we head to Utah to play Utah at Utah. So we'll see what's going on with that. I really, really like the direction we're going. And we forgot to mention the other big news. Wemby is officially an all-star starter.
We were going to get to that. But yeah, go ahead.
You can go. You're good.
No, I was going to say that was going to be another topic on hand. But yeah, Wemby is officially a starter on the all-star team for the West. This year, I think they're going to do something different with the all-star team. They're not going to do team captains anymore, which is good. They're going to do Team World versus Team USA, which I think I'm actually intrigued by that because there are a lot of non-USA players in the league, and I'm intrigued by that. How do y'all feel about that?
Mike?
It seems like, I mean, it's good, but it seems like Adam Silver is just desperate to get more people watching the All-Star game. Due to the lack of defense in the All-Star game, I don't think many people care about it as much as they used to. Because it feels more like it doesn't feel like a game. It just feels like a scrimmage, to be honest.
Yeah, guys, I want to play.
Like the real lack of defense. That's just my opinion.
And also the lack of people wanting to, all-stars and superstars wanting to join in the dunk contest. I know I'm switching over, from the all-star game to the dunk contest, but that was one of the themes back in the day that people would love to watch. You get like a Vince Carter, you get a Tracy McGrady, you get a Kobe Bryant, those type of people. Zach LaVine did it twice already. He won twice. You get some of the superstars in the league to, like kind of like a precursor before the actual game on Sunday. And I feel like there's been a drastic fall off of people wanting to compete in that event. We have a Zion, available. We have a John Morant available. And for some reason, to no avail. So hopefully, I don't know who we're going to get in the dunk contest this year, but I'm pretty sure none of those guys aren't going to do it, even though they're willing and able. They're perfectly, able to go. But for some reason, they just don't feel the need to do it. So yeah, the All-Star Weekend is a joke now. And they're trying their best to get these players to compete against each other. And I think, however he's going about it is better than what it once was. And we'll see how it, rolls out this year, because the world, the international players, I mean, who's going to be on the squad? Well, Jokic is going to be injured. They'll have SGA, they'll have Giannis, they'll have Wemby, they'll have that dude from the Portland Trailblazers, more than likely Advia. So they'll have some pretty good players on the international
Giannis?
teams. Yeah, I said Giannis.
Okay, I didn't hear you.
Yeah.
It should be a fun watch. But yeah, I do agree with Mike. It's just Adam Silver is getting desperate because the All-Star game has been a joke, for a long time. And usually the best part of All-Star Weekend is the non-All-Star game shit. Like the dunk contest. I mean, that's kind of it. The 3-point shooting contest is kind of a joke. The skills challenge used to be somewhat interesting, and then they started putting in centers and power forwards in it. I think like 1 year, Karl Anthony Towns won it, which I'm like, how? But so here's some fun fact. Here's some some trivia for the All-Star team. It's Spurs related. Vic becoming a starter makes him the 6th Spur to be a starter on the All-Star team. Can y'all name the 5 other Spurs?
Well, Dr. J.
Dr. J?
I mean, Dickinson.
You mean Julius Irving?
No, what was the question? I'm sorry.
Okay, so Victor Wembanyama, who's now an All-Star starter, makes him the 6th Spur in franchise history to be a starter on the All-Star team. Can you name the 5 other Spurs?
Oh. Well, you'd have to put Tim Duncan.
Uh-huh.
And David Robinson, probably.
Mm-hmm.
The Claw, I would assume.
Number 2, yeah.
George Gervin?
You said George Gervin?
Yeah.
Yes. One more.
Ginobili made the All-Star team in 1 year.
Yeah, but he didn't start.
He was a reserve.
Oh, he didn't start.
I'm talking about starters, yeah.
Huh. Wonder who the other one.
Oh, DeMar DeRozan? No, not DeMar.
No.
It's not Moore, is it?
Is that who?
It's not Moore, right?
Johnny Moore? No. It's someone that's kind of obscure, and this is like before David Robinson's time. This is like during the George Gervin days, so.
Alvin Robinson?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, nice. Nice.
Yep, and I guess just to kind of fill that in, other Spurs players that have been named to the All-Star team: Tony Parker, Manu, and LaMarcus. Didn't Sean Elliott make the All-Star team?
That I'm not sure.
I'm not sure about that.
Didn't he make it whenever the All-Star game was in San Antonio?
Let me see.
Was that in the 90s?
Yeah. Oh, Sean Elliott.
Like, I think that was right before I started watching.
An All-Star. Yeah. He was an All-Star in 93 and 96.
Oh, he's made it twice. Wow, impressive.
Yeah, Sean Elliott. Good old Sean Elliott.
The Memorial Day Miracle.
Yes, sir. But going back to the All-Star game, the starters were announced today for the East and the West. For the East, you got Jalen Brunson, Cade Cunningham, Jaylen Brown. Good for Jalen. He's been carrying Boston on his back all year. Giannis and Tyrese Maxey, which good for him. He's having a great year in Philly.
Mm-hmm.
And then for the West, Jokic, who's hurt, Victor Wembanyama, like we just mentioned, Stephen Curry, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and Luka Doncic. Anthony.
If I'm not mistaken. Oh, sorry to interrupt you.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just going to say, if I'm not mistaken, Castle got the second most votes of any Spur. I think he was like 13th or 14th, but I was still like, it's still good to acknowledge, I think.
Yeah, I mean, there's a possibility that he could be a reserve. I mean, it'd be nice if he became a reserve. Not gonna lie.
Crazy. If he becomes a reserve this year, he's ahead of schedule. I kind of mentioned that in a previous podcast that I think he can maybe get in. The list came out Yeah, he'll get it next year for sure. But this year he was on the list, but he was last in votes out of everybody. So it could be a chance that he could slither in if we know we have enough injuries piling up. But it remains to be seen.
Yeah, to be honest, I think Vic is going to be the only one representing the team. Castle's a long ways to go. Maybe Fox, because Fox is, I think either like the first or second best scorer, or I guess first or second in leading the team in scoring. But I don't see him making it. But again, one of those things that like it'd be nice if they did, but I don't think they will. So I think at the moment it's going to be Vic. But yeah, for the West starters, how the hell did Anthony Edwards not get in the starting lineup?
Apparently on the podcast on the show, Edwards and Wemby were tied with votes, and one fan vote decided between him getting in or him being a reserve. One vote. So that means the Spurs fans were doing their job and voting for Wemby.
No, I'm happy about Wemby, but it's like, how do you not have Anthony Edwards in there, like, in general? Because, like, Curry shouldn't be a starter. Like, obviously Curry's Curry, and I'm not disrespecting him or anything, but it's like, the Warriors ain't win shit. LeBron didn't get the starting nod for the first time in, I think, since 2005. So he's going to come off the bench probably, which he'll love that. Curry, I don't think should be a starter, in my opinion, because it's just like that should go to Anthony Edwards, because the Wolves are having a better year than the Warriors. The Warriors at this point are just going to be a play-in team. They're not a championship team anymore. They're not the team that everybody pretended to be afraid of, 5 years ago, or 5, 6, 7 years ago. But I don't know, whatever. I mean, that's just kind of how I feel. But
I don't think LeBron should even be a reserve.
I mean, do you think he wants to be a reserve?
No, I don't, because he didn't play last year in the All-Star game. I don't know if y'all remember, but he let everybody know the day of the All-Star game that he wasn't playing. And if he would have let people know earlier, then they could have had somebody come in and take his spot. So me personally, the way he did last year, I don't think he wants to play just off of that behavior. So,
yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, it was kind of a selfish move. Like, he knew days up until the game that he wasn't going to play, but just so he would have that spot or be a starter, that's why he did it. So he kind of played the system on that. And yeah, if you ask me, I don't think he wants to even be in the All-Star game based on that. He didn't even get in uniform to take the picture last year. So if you ask me, no, and I don't even think he should be a reserve, because I don't think he's played up to that level this year. He's just had a lot of shortcomings.
Yeah, he's definitely kind of phoning it in, which is weird to say because he's still putting up big numbers, but it's like you can tell his heart's not in it anymore because he doesn't have any challenges. He's already the all-time leading scorer in NBA history. He won his championship in Cleveland. He won his championship with LA. He got to play with his son. And it's just like, what else does he need to do? Like he after this year, he's leaving LA. I don't know where he goes because it's like I don't think he's gonna win. To be honest, I don't think he's gonna win another championship. Like, I think that ship has sailed. I just think at this point he's just playing to fill up his stats. Which, if that's the case, just call it a day already.
Yeah.
Hang it up, as you would say.
If he came off the bench, because him and Luka and Reeves, if they're all healthy, that defense is just terrible. With all three of them on the court at the same time, you're never going to have good defense. So you're going to have to outscore everyone you play. And when the the physicality and the intensity of the playoffs comes around, that defensive weakness is going to be exploited by anybody almost.
I agree. And I don't know why his little crony or whatever is suggesting that they should trade Austin Reeves over LeBron. It's like, no. If anybody in the team needs to get traded, I would suggest LeBron getting traded to free up space for Luka and Reeves to work. You're 41 years old, man. You're not the center of attention. You're not the best player. You're the second best player on the team.
Well,
you need to get.
That just raises the question: who's going to take a 41-year-old trade?
A 41-year-old making $50 million.
Nobody's going to take that trade.
Yeah. Yeah. So, he's gonna have to learn it the hard way, man. He's gonna get forced out of the league. You know, at a certain point, man. Like, I honestly think he should retire this year. But obviously he's going to play next year because we would have had already an announcement so he can do a little farewell to it. He's a prima donna. So obviously he's going to come back next year and make a fool of himself. And the more and more he plays, the worse and worse he looks.
He's just old at this point. I mean, you remember Vince Carter in his last few years. You could tell, like, the age catches up with everyone at that point, especially in a based league.
I don't know. Vince Carter kind of pissed me off in his last years in the league because it's like the guy could have just easily cashed in on a chip and just been like, I'm gonna go play with the Warriors. I'm gonna go play with whomever. But instead he's like, nah, I think I still got it. I'm going to be a starter on the fucking Kings. And it's like, just go win a ring, dude. Like, I usually get annoyed by people who chase rings, but in his case, it's like, you've been in the league long enough. Just go win a ring. Like, just go, I don't know, easily win a ring. Why do you don't need to do anything. You don't need to play on a bad team to show how good you are. Because when that happens, you're just taking a spot from another guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? True. Like, those teams could use a lot of their younger guys to fill in those spots. Instead, you're coming in like, I can still do it. And it's like, just go win a ring with the Warriors, dude. Like, just call it a day. Like, we're not going to judge you. In this case, we're not going to judge you for doing it. But,
Vince Carter... Okay, Vince Carter is like the most athletic player we've ever seen, and for his athleticism to dissipate at that age, Father Time is undefeated. That's all I wanted to say.
Agreed. But as far as LeBron goes, he has a no trade clause, so he's not getting traded. He'll just leave after this year when his contract runs up, and he'll either go back to Cleveland. He might even go to Golden State, which that won't work at all. I don't see where he goes. Again, I personally think he should call it a day. And this isn't coming from me saying, fuck LeBron. This is more just like, you have nothing else to prove. You don't need to do anything else. Good?
He should not be getting starter minutes. He is a bench level player. I think he could still play another year easily. Yeah. I don't think he can be a starter anymore. Like, being a starter is just basically him poisoning his team. Like, he should not be getting that many minutes, in my opinion.
No, you're right. You're right. You're right. I had said that a couple months ago. I was like, he should be coming off the bench. Like, it is what it is, man. And like he just can't do it. He's a step slower. You wake up in the morning and you don't have it no more. He doesn't have it, and
he works out like crazy too. Like, he works out like hardcore. So just to be able to get to the age that he did, playing, I don't like LeBron, but playing as consistently as he has over the course of his career, it is impressive. Longevity of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I still think he was taking PEDs, but that's just my humble opinion.
Oh, come on, man. That's all natural. He's he's spending what $300,000 to keep his body in shape. I'm like, you need to spend $300,000 just to keep your body in shape.
Yeah.
It's like, where does all that money go to? He's like, oh, I chill in hydro whatever the fuck machines. It's like, okay.
Hydroponics or something.
I eat vegan tacos. It's like, okay, sure.
Yeah.
Did you know that motherfucker tried to trademark the term Taco Tuesday?
Yep, I remember that last year.
And it didn't work at all? Yeah, that was dumb as fuck. But yeah, the Lakers are currently in 6th place in the West. They're 25-16. Like I mentioned before, even without LeBron, they were actually playing very well. But then, yeah, he's I guess just to kind of close it out, he's not doing this team any favors. And I hate the Lakers, but it's just like, as a Lakers fan, I have to be frustrated. Like even people that were LeBron's like biggest like cheerleaders have even called him out for his play. Like,
really?
Yeah, like Kendrick Perkins had said that him and LeBron aren't friends anymore because he's been very honest about his play. I think Shannon Sharp has also been very vocal about how LeBron's been playing, how the Lakers have been playing. So, but yeah, it's just he needs to call it a day, in my opinion.
Yeah, and if you notice, they always have a play, him and his little inner circle, to always deflect the blame off of LeBron. It's always somebody else's fault. In this case, it's Austin Reeves' fault. It's DeAndre Ayton's fault. Like, no, like it's your fault. Like, you have a lot to be, pointing the blame to yourself. Stop pointing the blame at other people. It's you also, and you have a big contribution into the struggles. Man, I would love to see the Lakers in the first round of the playoffs. I would love to see that.
Like
that's a dream, man.
Against the Spurs?
Yeah, I would love to see that.
That's a dream for any Spurs fan at this point.
Yeah, they're not going to be able to contain our guards at all. Harper, Fox, Castle's going to run amok. And Luka's going to, he's going to be dropping 40, 45, which is cool. But, it's just not going to be able to stop anybody. So, give us that matchup. I don't want to play the Timberwolves in the first round. I am trying to avoid them like the play. They match up very, very well against us. And, Anthony Edwards will go off. Go ahead.
Right. Well, I was going to say, at this rate, I don't think you'll have to worry about the Wolves in the first round because they're currently in 4th place. So as far as matchups, you got the Suns who have beaten the Spurs twice. Let me just pull up the rankings real quick.
Also, Warriors who have also beaten the Spurs twice.
Which that pissed me off, by the way.
Yeah, that was that game that they didn't count that freaking dunk over Draymond. Wemby, he dunked over Draymond and they didn't call it the and one. Yeah, he dunked over that dude. Oh no, it's off. Like, no, he dunked over him. And it's an and one. Go ahead.
All right, so Lakers are 6th, Suns are 7th, Warriors are 8th. Trailblazers have been 8-2. So they're 9th, and the Clippers are also on a hot streak. They're 10th place. I don't know who the fuck this is. And then the rest of the West, you have the Grizzlies, the Mavericks, who are currently beating the shit out of New York in New York. I think that game already ended. Utah, Kings, and the Pelicans currently have the worst record in the West. So again, the playoffs aren't for another 3 months, so a lot can happen in 3 months. But as far as matchups goes, the bottom 4 look tough. I'm not gonna lie. Like, if the Spurs somehow manage to stay on the number 2 spot, the Suns are gonna be tough. The Warriors are definitely going to be tough. The Blazers are tough. And then the Clippers are very... I don't know. These are some tough matchups. These are some pretty tough matchups. So I don't know about you, but
the problem. Oh, sorry.
No, I was finished. I was finished.
The problem with the Suns and the Warriors are they are both teams with individual scoring threats in Booker and Curry, and I feel like that's the Spurs' biggest weakness. Because once they start doubling those guys, then it leaves other people open, and would just be losing because of that.
Yep. And hence us playing against Edwards the other night. That dude torched us for 50. Or 50. What is it like? How much did he go off for? Like 50 something?
55.
55, yeah.
Career high, by the way.
Which it's one of those things of just like, the Spurs' biggest weakness this year has been defending the 3 ball. In that case, the guy wasn't getting open for threes. He was actually like squaring people up and shooting it right with a hand in his face, and he still makes it. I'm like, I can't get mad at that. Like that's just called pure talent. Edwards is a dog. Like he's a certified dog. Like the guy knows how to score. He knows how to create his own shot. He's someone that has an attitude that we haven't seen in a lot of players in a while, where he only cares about himself. He only cares about getting his own. He's not worried about friendships. He's not all about, I want to be best friends with everybody. He's like, no, I want to win. I want to score, even if I got like step over your neck or step on your neck to do it. Which I like that mentality. I was a little. I kind of wish it wasn't against us, the other night. I mean, granted the Spurs won, but 55, like that's beyond impressive. But the Warriors, the Wolves, they're a team that they're going to be a playoff team regardless. They've gotten to the conference finals 2 years in a row. I think they're a team. I think they're a team nobody wants to see in the playoffs, regardless of your standing. But I don't know. Again, much respect to Anthony Edwards. Like that dude is for real. He's legit.
And somehow he's not a starter.
I don't know, man. I got nothing for him. Speaking of someone who's on a starter. Keldon Johnson. He's currently the favorite to win 6th Man of the Year. On Sportsbet GM, he's currently number 1, along with Naz Reid, Jaime Jaquez Jr., Anthony Simmons, and Reed Shepard, AJ Mitchell, Anthony Black, Colin Gillespie, Jalen Tyson. So, let me look at his stats real quick.
I love Jaime Jaquez.
Yeah,
Jaime Jaquez Jr.
The Miami Heat. Currently, Keldon is averaging 13.6 points per game, along with 6.2 rebounds a game. The guy's a beast in the paint. For a guy who's like 6'6", 6'7", I think he's shorter than that actually. 6'6", there you go. Like he's basically a shooting guard, but he plays more like a power forward. And it almost seems like the guy never misses whenever he gets to the paint, because he plays with a lot of intensity and confidence, and he's always a guaranteed scorer. And in that game against Minnesota, he hit that huge 3 to really put the game, on ice for the Spurs. And ever since he shaved his head, he's been playing a lot better. Ever since Vic shaved his head, he's been a lot more confident. So I don't know what's up with that. But yeah, Keldon. So here's another fun fact in Spurs history. Who was the last player for the Spurs to win 6th Man of the Year?
That's easy. That's a slam dunk.
I would think Ginobili.
Yep, bingo.
Yeah.
2008, he won the 6th Man of the Year award. So just thought I'd quiz you guys on that. But yeah, thoughts on old Keldon for possibly winning Sixth Man of the Year? Possibly.
That will probably be the only thing any Spurs player wins this season. Only because Wemby's not going to be eligible for anything.
I was one question I was going to ask before the end of this show. I want to ask, yeah.
He only has three games left he can miss, so it's hard to believe that he doesn't miss 3 more games,
This is true. These are the facts. I don't want to shift away from Keldon. Keldon has played well in big games. He played well against OKC. He's just always stepped up when we needed a bucket. If Wemby struggling at Fox, like he is that engine at our car running, and he's always under the rim. Car crashing into everybody, hitting timely threes. He gives like Westbrook energy. He just always intense and just fiery and just ready to go. And you need players like that on the team. And he has, and he showed that, him having those starter minutes back when he was our, main starter team, it carried over to the bench. So I really hope that he really gets this award. It looks like he's trained his body over the summer, because I remember last year he lost 15 pounds, and this year it looks like he gained 15 pounds because his role was going to be. So I really hope that he really gets this award, and I don't see him falling off and playing inconsistent either.
Go ahead, Mike. Okay. No, so I don't know if you had any thoughts on that.
His aggressiveness, especially when he goes into the paint to score or get rebounds, is very valuable to the Spurs. He plays his part to perfection, even when he's not hitting his threes, because sometimes he's a bit cold from deep. He's still doing other things to make up for that lack of consistent perimeter shooting, although recently he's been shooting lights out. So when he's doing that, it's game over. There's no way to stop him.
Yeah, he has a nice shot. He has a nice looking shot, especially in that corner. Kind of something I wanted to bring up that's non-Spurs related. It's still NBA related, but the Charlotte Hornets currently have 4 players averaging 19 plus points. So LaMelo Ball is averaging 19.9. Brandon Miller is averaging 19.8. Bridges is averaging 19.1, and Khan Knuppel is averaging 19 a game.
Duke.
That's unreal. And the Hornets are not a very good team, so it's like, how is it they have 4 players averaging 19 and you're not even a 500 team? But I don't know. But I just kind of want to bring that up. I don't know if you guys have any thoughts about that.
No defense. That's what I think.
Yeah, none of those guys are defenders that you mentioned. The only person that I know on their team that is a somewhat of a decent defender is Musa Diabate. That's the only guy. He's like a center, but other than that, and they have the best commentator in the whole entire league. I don't think I ever heard that dude before.
Who?
I forget his name, but he has so much intensity. He's always like, he's just always chipper. I forget his name, but he to me, he's the best color commentary personnel in the league right now. So that's just my opinion.
That's a hot take.
A hot take. One of these days, we need to get like a sound effect anytime we do a hot take.
Yeah.
Just,
Yeah.
just like the sound of a flamethrower going off.
Yeah, but before we close out real quick, Drew, I want to get your take on this. I already heard it from Mike. Do you see Wemby playing enough games to get awards?
At this point, I don't really think it matters, to be honest, because the team's already playing really, really good. They're finding their rhythm again with everybody back. I don't know. I kind of don't think Wemby at this point cares, at least not right now, because they're winning. I think for him, as long as they're winning, that's all that matters. Not to say that he doesn't want to win MVP, but I just think for him, it's just like, what's more important, getting to the playoffs, healthy, or winning awards. I don't really think that's a huge issue to me personally.
So what are you saying? Is he going to make it, or do you think he is or not?
At this point, I don't think he'll win MVP. I don't think he'll win Defensive Player of the Year, but I don't really think it's a huge issue, at least at this point in time. I think what's more important is the team staying healthy and finding their groove, and then getting to the playoffs and getting good seeding.
I think that it's already a shoe-in for SGA to win MVP because everybody else that is eligible will not be eligible at that point.
That is true. Yeah. So, yeah, and my take on Wemby with the awards, I think he may come out in the media and say he doesn't care, but I think behind closed doors, I think that's something that he kind of thinks about at night, like, something on his resume, Defensive Player of the Year. He's always going to have a shoe-in for that. But making all teams, for all first team, second team, I think that for personal achievements, I think that, I think he would like to do that. But if you were to hold my feet to the fire, and hey, like, will Wemby, play or not miss 3 or 4 games for the rest of the season, I'm gonna say he is not going to be able to hit that benchmark. I think something's going to happen along the way from here till April or March when the season ends. I think something happens. So, yeah, I'm glad he's going to make the All-Star team. So, but I don't think he's going to be able to play consistently enough to be able to hit those other benchmarks.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if, like, towards the end of the season, when the Spurs are already, have already clinched a playoff spot, and wherever they're ranked, I could see the Spurs maybe giving them like a few nights off to just be like, we're good. We don't really need to go too far. But yeah, I mean, again, Vic is 22. He literally just turned 22 a few weeks ago. He still has a long career ahead of him to possibly win awards. I mean, by possibly, he will eventually win awards. It's just he's still young. He's still got a long ways ahead of him. So he'll be fine. But
the real question is, how is he going to perform in the playoffs? Because we haven't seen him play in the playoffs yet. Maybe not even just him, but the whole Spurs team. There's really only 2 or 3 guys that have playoff experience. But the rest of them, it's going to be like it's going to be first time. So I'm curious to who's going to choke and who's going to go off. It'll be interesting to see which players rise above.
Yeah, I think Wemby's one of those dudes. He's not afraid of the moment. Not say that he could be different in the playoffs, but for the small sample size that we've seen against him playing against other superstars like Giannis recently, he showed out. Anthony Edwards, he's had a few games against Jokic and Anthony Davis at the beginning of the season. I think that he's ready for that and he likes that. He doesn't shy away. He's clutch. But like he hasn't played in a playoff game. But if you kind of want to start with the cup performances, you know, but actually he didn't even play in a lot of those. He didn't even play like in like 3/4 of those games. So yeah, we don't know. We got to see him. We got to see all of our dudes in the playoffs this year.
Yeah, hopefully they're healthy because there's been so many injuries this season, like all over the league. There's teams without like most of their starting lineups.
Yeah. Larry McConan wasn't playing today, and he's their best Utah's player.
Oh yeah, I didn't even realize that.
Larry who?
He's talking about
McConan.
Do you mean Laurie Markkinen?
Oh yeah.
He said no on purpose. So man.
Oh man.
I didn't think about that, but you said it.
It took me a second to realize Larry McConan? Is that someone new that I'm not aware of? Oh man. But yeah, is there anything else y'all want to bring up?
We could pick and we could prod all night, but let's just go out on a good night. I don't want to pick and prod the Spurs. We've been playing well, and you know we got off with a win tonight. So let's just leave it off on a positive note. You know, and you know the players played well today, and we did our best, and we went out with a win. So I don't have any complaints right now. I'm good with the Spurs.
I do have complaints.
God damn it.
I noticed that even though the Spurs were doing pretty good today, they were still making a lot of mistakes that they're like rookie-like mistakes, like, you know, getting a steal or a block and then turning the ball over right after that. And I think the future is really bright for the Spurs because once they take care of the ball better and, you know, they already got that chemistry element increasing, it seems like every week because their chemistry is a lot better now. But once we get rid of those mistakes, I feel like they're a very tough team to beat, especially if we have two good defensive players on the court, such as Cornet and Wemby and Carter Bryant too. So I guess I'll just leave it on that. I like when Carter Bryant plays because the defense is much better, in my opinion. I like when French Vanilla plays because Wemby can come out and contest threes and mid-range shots and not have to worry about, you know, the opposing team getting a rebound because that's what happens a lot when he does that. So it's nice having another big or somebody else who can get rebounds in those instances. So
which they should start Cornet. Like they really should start him because Barnes ain't doing it. Barnes hasn't been good for a while. So just start Cornet, please. I don't know why that hasn't crossed anyone's mind. That'd be a much better.
Yeah. I actually disagree with that. I actually like the concept of waiting till the end of the games to play French Vanilla because many teams aren't prepared for it and it becomes the difference maker. That's just my opinion. I mean, obviously they should get some minutes together in the early going, but I've noticed that Mitch has been kind of avoiding that. And I think he's doing it on purpose because most teams aren't prepared in the fourth quarter when he does play them together. And I kind of like that. I think it's a good coaching move, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I think Carter Bryant is at an issue where he's kind of scared. What is the word I'm looking for? He wasn't ready. Yeah, he's been timid. Like, dude, you're missing, open dunks. Like, what's going on, man? And I think he was just scared and timid. And I think he's just starting to get his confidence under him recently. And if he plays like he did tonight, spot, shots and making threes and, defensive players and making dunks, he can start taking over some of these minutes. And that's what Mitch Johnson's putting him on the floor for. Like, can you play? And, he just can't shy away from it. He can't be scared and, get cold feet when he's on an open fast break. You got to finish or, get to the free throw line. So, I think the sky's the limit for him. I think he has a really, really high upside.
And also, I think there's only been like 2 or 3 games this season where he's played like 14 or 15 minutes, like tonight. And I think the Spurs have won all of them.
Oh, okay. That's a stat right there.
Yes, sir.
Or no, when Carter Bryant plays more than 14 minutes.
He should be getting double-digit minutes every game, in my opinion.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Sohan's grabbing pine.
The fact that Sohan didn't play tonight is crazy because they were up 15. Like, he would be the perfect person to play at the end of the game so they don't get back in the game,
Yeah.
But when you have Sohan and Carter Bryant on the floor together, you have a lack of offense. So I understand why he wasn't played.
Yeah, and I think the coaching staff has kind of noticed he hasn't really gotten better over the years. Respectfully, now he kind of wanted to start shooting threes this year and kind of making them. But you're just a year too late, man. Yeah, if you would have started doing that last year, whenever you're getting the minutes, then you would probably be able to save yourself a slide. But, he just worked on it, his 3-point game too late. He was 1 year too late. Now they already drafted the dude to replace you, and you can't get on the court anymore. So,
yeah, I still want to see a lineup of Castle, Sohan, Carter Bryant, Wemby, and Cornette, because I think that would be a defensive nightmare for teams.
Yeah.
And you could just have Wemby doing the offense on the other side because everyone else doesn't really create their own offense except for Castle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Castle, I don't know if y'all noticed.
You're good. What were you going to say?
I don't know if y'all noticed, but Castle's been developing a little bit of a mid-range game. He's been, if he doesn't see that he has an opening, driving it in, he's, kind of doing like not exactly like De'Aaron Fox, but, he's just pulling up with his middies now. So
actually, it's been kind of, I think De'Aaron Fox has been teaching him because he does the same lean, and he did the same lean tonight that De'Aaron Fox does when he gets to the free throw line area. De'Aaron Fox has been showing him how to hit the middies.
Yeah, and that's another evolution to his game. Like, if you can develop a midi, then you already have a driving game, and his three-point shot's been going down too. Man, you're a complete guard. He's going to be a complete guard, and he's just a work in progress.
His ceiling might be the highest on the team besides Wemby.
Yeah, and he was in a dunk contest last year. He's super, super athletic.
Don't even, man. He should have won that.
Was it Matt McClain? I don't know. Matt McClain's going to come back this year.
Matt McClain jumped over something 3 times. That was the whole dunk contest. And he won. Jumping over something 3 times. I'm like, bro, get another trick. We get it. You can jump.
And the guy never got signed anywhere.
G League.
Yeah. He's a G leaguer.
I mean, unfortunately, that's what the fucking dunk contest has become. Is like you win with gimmicks.
Yeah.
I mean, it was cool the first time, but like he did it 2 more times. I was like, man, get another trick.
I mean, fucking Castle got robbed in the dunk contest last year.
Castle actually switched it up.
Yeah, he really should have won, but the fucking judges were dick riding for McClung.
No. take. LeBron James won the dunk contest.
No.
Yeah. He was the. I said LeBron James ruined the dunk contest.
No. Oh yeah, he did. I thought you said LeBron James in the dunk contest.
No.
No.
Ruined it.
Yeah, he ruined it because he that one year he said, "Oh, I'm gonna be in it," and then the next year he chickened out. I'm like, really?
You remember that, right?
I remember it.
That? Yeah, it was Kenny Smith.
Magic Johnson even offered him $1 million to be in it.
Yeah, I remember that.
$1 million.
I remember.
He didn't do it.
Freaking chump, and that's what a tradition it messed up because you had the stars, wanting to be in the dunk contest, and he was the last of the superstars from the old guard that said no. And then ever since then, superstars like John Morant, Zion Williamson, they've been saying no because the leader of the leaders. It was like, oh, I'm too good for the dunk contest. Basically, kind of what you said, what he's saying. And all the other people followed. So yeah, he ruined the dunk contest. And I do remember that take, Drew. It was Kenny Smith, and he was on the mic, and then he was like, "Yep, I will be putting my name in the hat." And he said some word to go with it, but then he chickened out. And he joined the gun contest. So yeah, he ruined a lot of things in the league.
Yeah, he ruining a dunk contest, super teams, and yeah, it's just he really did fuck up the dunk contest when you look at it because a lot of star players they see that attitude and they go, oh, I guess I don't have to do it either.
There you go.
I guarantee you, if he wasn't able to, control the East for so long, David Stern would have definitely did interconference because the East was just trash for like 8 or 9 years.
Mm-hmm.
It was bad for a long time, and he was just getting to the finals at ease because there was really nobody else in the East that was that good.
Yeah, it was the Toronto Raptors and the Indiana Pacers.
Was it the 60? I don't remember how many, but 60-something win Hawks that just choked in the playoffs.
Yeah. Then freaking Gilbert Arenas and Antoine Jameson and Caron Butler always got owned by him. Always got owned.
The Wizards?
Yeah, always got owned. Always. Choked up. Yeah, I remember one time Gilbert Arenas, he got down to the free throw line and he had 3 free throws. He missed all 3 of them. I'm like, dude, you a choker, bro. Make a dang free throw. And I think that was like in a playoff series, a playoff game. So yeah, a lot of those guys just didn't have it in them to go up to him toe to toe. And I don't know why, because LeBron James he's not a killer. He's not really a killer. Like, he's just, if you're the right type of player with the right type of mindset, you could kill the dragon. You know what I'm saying? So they just didn't have it back then, man. They didn't have it.
Well, the NBA always adapts, quote unquote, adapts to tailor their superstars. Jordan, the hip check, and then you got LeBron. They basically allowed him to get away with a lot of things that he shouldn't have gotten away with, like running over people in the paint.
Yeah, I mean the league changes every single year. Now I'll say this to close out the show. I've always said that there's no such thing as a GOAT, and greatest of all time. But like, there's no GOAT because the league changes every year. There's always going to be new rules, a new regime to benefit the star players, like Mike just said. Because it was different for Wilt, it was different for Kareem, it was different for Magic and Michael and LeBron and Kobe, and now it's going to be different for players like Wemby, for players like Luka, and Giannis and SGA. So the GOAT is always going to be subjective.
You could even say SGA and Harden with their foul baiting.
Mm-hmm.
You could even put that in there as well.
Yeah, there you go. But that to me is a nice way to close out tonight. But yeah, people. I want to thank Tony and Mike for joining me tonight on this special edition, MLK Day edition of Metal Drive Hoops. So thank you guys. We did about an hour. That's all we need. Like I mentioned, everybody, pretty soon we're going to be making we're already on YouTube, but starting next month, we're going to be strictly just on YouTube. We're not going to be audio-based anymore. And we're going to switch to a different platform called StreamYard to stream the shows on YouTube. And it's a lot easier. It's less stressful than Discord and OBS, so it'll be a lot easier. All I gotta do is just send you guys a link, and then you just sign in, and that's about it. So I can't wait to try it. I did like a test run, and it works like a dream. So, but anyways, people, DY Experience, Instagram, TikTok, go follow me on there, and the YouTube channel. Make sure to follow us on there. To get the experience, which is every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Central Time, Friendly Neighborhood Marks, and the NXT PLE post shows I do with Jeff Littman. But did you guys want to throw in your plugs?
I'm
Okay. What about you, Tony?
I'm good for now.
All right. But yeah, we'll see you more than likely this Sunday. Or this weekend in general. And from us to you, have a good day, have a good weekend, and be safe. Peace out. And go Spurs, go.